Oh, Babs is NHL hot takes, but they get progressively hotter. These are hot. The comments hate you, Babs. What happened?
Well, you're gonna upset anybody when you do hot takes, so you gotta put that as like the qualifier.
There's a good one.
You guys just want to go through some of these and see if you actually, because I don't think they're actually that bad.
Wait, so is this his latest video, or which one was it?
Yeah, so it's just his NHL hot takes, but they get progressively hotter. I won't spoil it for you guys, but
Nick,
there's one that's really good.
Yeah, Nick, can you pull it up for us? Let's take a look at this.
Posted like 5 days ago.
All right, walk us through them, Babs, because we're gonna flame you on these.
I've got it. I've got it here too. So I don't think anyone will disagree.
Selfie's amazing,
okay,
by the
so
way.
I think the first hot take is that mustache.
So my 10% hot take was the 2025 NHL draft was the worst production ever. It was really just not enjoyable to watch.
Like ever in sports or like ever in history?
Any draft I've ever seen, this was the worst.
I don't disagree with that. I don't forget who got. Was it the Bruins one where like they were on mute or something?
Yeah.
And it was dude. It just reminded me of COVID Teams calls where like it's like you're on mute, Rahil. Oh, sorry. Oh my God. I'm just like, guys, like, how is there not an intern there prepping the mute button?
Do you remember when the guy was a cat?
Yeah, I was just gonna.
Oh
bring that
my
up.
God! And he's like, he kept saying, "I'm not a cat."
He was talking to a judge
I'm not a
for
cat.
an actual court case, and he has a cat filter on.
Oh man, that's
Oh
funny.
my God.
He said it like 3 times that I'm not a cat.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you guys
It
are
was
not
so
a cat.
it's like, oh, my grandson
Unbelievable.
was in here playing the other day.
And even that was less embarrassing than this NHL production because
so-
that was brutal.
Maybe there's worse productions in TV history, but
No, I don't think so. I think we all agree with that one. That was pretty.
yeah,
mild,
this is definitely a low hot take. So, yeah,
20% was the NHL shouldn't expand because there's not enough elite players to fill more teams to play at an NHL caliber level. So
Ooh, okay. Well, that actually, I didn't think of it like that. I think the NHL teams that we shouldn't do anymore because it's good right now.
yeah,
We got 32. Half of them don't make the playoffs. It's like it's a nice number.
It's an even number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's weird adding like 4 more teams to be 36. Now you got 9 in each. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. No. It's good how it is. But I didn't think of it because there's not enough elite players.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to think of like who teams would protect. Like maybe that's a future video idea where we do an
Whoa.
expansion.
Yeah, who?
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I like maybe you get another Vegas, but like you'd have to do 2 teams, and I think when you go 2 teams, that's where it's like even the Seattle
pushing
team,
it.
like that was like
Well, goaltending wise, I think there's just not enough.
maybe they'll try and get Carey Price again. Whoever the next team is. Remember when
Yeah.
Seattle tried to do that or thinking
But like
about
they
it?
also have like franchises right now like that aren't strong. Like I don't know how you can expand when there's ones that are dying.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
that's a concern.
And it makes more sense for some of those dying ones to relocate to places like Houston and Quebec where we want, like, a lot of us want
and now
it.
they want to come back to fucking Atlanta. I'm like that shit gets old real fucking quick.
Yeah.
And take number 3,
Yeah.
Atlanta.
So 30% was that there should be no more illegal curves. They should just ban blades that are too thick or like pointy.
Yeah.
Because like what are we worried about?
Yeah. No, I kind of
Guys
agree with that one.
shooting
I
too
will
good.
never forget. Was it Marty McSorley who
Yeah.
took the penalty in the
Yeah,
Habs on
took
the
the
Cup?
penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Like, dude, what would be the point? Because like, dude, in MLB, like, I think there's some people who still get caught with like tar and stuff like that.
Bats and stuff like
Bats and stuff
there's
like
bad
that.
Issues.
So it's and obviously the
What
Astros.
is the
Yeah, the
curve? Isn't
spray
it like
and
a
everything.
quarter or something? What is it that can't go under the blade?
But
It's like
Back
2
then,
inches?
back then it was a dime, I believe.
I know. I don't think it's
Yeah.
that small. I think
there,
it's
I did a
bigger.
video on this and I somehow can't forget, but I can't remember, which is embarrassing that I've forgotten. But yeah, I think you should be able to have an insane hook on your stick. I know why they were doing it back in the day.
Yeah.
And
Imagine the Michigans if you had a fucking 90-degree curve.
Just a lacrosse.
Like think about every time that you played like floor hockey in grade school and everybody's just fucking curved.
Everybody who played hockey was curving that thing as crazy as
Yeah.
they could. Everyone else is sitting there with a flat stick, like
Or
this
mini
is great.
sticks and you're heating up the blade and you're just adding
Yeah.
the curve.
we
to it.
like
Yep.
we like that one.
I don't think anybody really hated that one. This next one's a little different. I don't think it's stupid, but it's different. So if you go to 40%, I said the NHL All-Star game should be 3-on-3 on a small rink because it'll be way more exciting than the big ice.
I really like that. Ooh,
See, I would say scrap the All-Star game and bring back North America versus World or the Four Nations like we did. Bring back something where you get behind like the country or the whatever it is, the area. Get
Yeah.
behind it because that makes it more exciting.
Yeah,
think.
I don't even see this really as a hot take. Like,
And then,
they
dude,
just need to
imagine
scrap the All-Star game.
McDavid and Matthews playing together.
They're on
like,
different countries, genius.
That's why do you know
North
North America is the
America.
world
I do.
genius? You know where North America is?
Well, someone didn't see my TikTok because that was one of my hot takes.
But
North
yeah,
America's
I
not in the
watched.
world?
So because I watched NHL players play on the small rinks
Yeah.
in Montreal, it's sick, and the plays you get are wild. Goaltending, you have to be like so like on point because they're not cycling it the
Yeah.
same, and it's bang bang.
But if you do small rink, then you have smaller attendance.
yes, but hear me out. You just charge more money.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see
How much
like a
did Gary pay you
Team
for
North
that,
America.
dude?
Just wait, hey, just wait
How
for
much
that.
did he pay you, dude?
50%. Some people thought this was a little too harsh. People who write player fan fiction should be locked up in prison.
abso-freaking-lutely.
So
Producer Nick.
This is his best take.
yeah,
I
I feel confident in this. Insane asylum.
I think there's a level to it, but there was I forget what was it, a Seattle player?
This guy right here
was this
had
guy-
to ask for people to stop sexualizing him.
Yeah, like
Really?
his family,
Yes.
his wife felt uncomfortable, and they kept going. And like the people on, it's like book talk or whatever. And like I have some friends that like watch or read really interesting.
I have some friends.
he end up
for
suing?
sure, dude.
Well,
Right.
people who make us read fan
Yeah,
fiction.
make
that
us
works
read
as
fan
well.
fiction. But like, I actually think they should get prison time for what they did. To him.
And if it's like our one we did, like that one's like funny,
yes,
cutesy, romantic.
these were like
These are like
graphic.
smut. Like
Yes.
just like no, I'm sorry, but like, and the guy's
50
married. he has
Shades of the
kids.
Kraken.
no legit, like straight up.
And someone like she was making TikToks arguing it, like her and I think the player's wife were going back and forth on
my
TikTok
God.
or something.
They had to put out a statement.
But
It's-
was she doing anything illegal?
I mean, no.
She was
but
just
maybe,
making him super
Make it illegal. I don't know. Like
maybe she was infringing on like because he maybe didn't give permission for his likeness to be used. But
Right.
yeah,
But so there's no photos of him. It was just like his name though.
I think
yeah.
it was his name. Yeah.
But,
Just
like-
super
But
sexy things.
could
that
you
he
argue
did.
that there's more people with that same name? Or was it like
Playing in the
specifically
NHL.
targeting?
Playing in the
specifically
NHL for
targeting.
a professional team.
People were showing up with signs.
I'm
to
not
games.
advocating for like I just found out
Seems
what
like
fan
he's
fiction was
advocating.
2 weeks ago or whatever.
Charlie's been on board fan fiction ever since
Yeah.
he found out.
60%, guys. All players should have a veto for waivers. So once you become waivers eligible, you should have a veto you can use one time to say no, you can't claim
the
me.
league would never support that.
No, and also how funny would it be if only one team goes to claim you, and that's the team you're like, vetoed, I'll get the next one, and
Yeah.
then nobody gets you, and it's like,
Oh, I got to play in the
shit.
minors now.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
shit.
kind of like it because like if you're like a fringe guy who gets called like you're in California, taxes are
No,
free,
fuck
life's
it.
good or
You're
whatever.
on waivers. You don't get a choice,
I'll,
bro.
I'll,
Whoever
I'll do
gets
I'll do
gets
you fucking one better. If they get that veto, then the NHL team should get the veto of a no movement or no trade clause. So if they veto, they can also veto, like if you're going below your expectations or you're failing or whatever, I can veto your no trade.
Okay, but that's different because
I
this
would
is
love
one
that.
team, and
so
you're
like the
talking about
leagues,
Yeah.
Vetoing Marner's trade, no
Right.
trade
Or
clause
I
earlier
could break it because
okay.
Riley's fucking been brutal the last 2 years.
Interesting.
I don't think he's been that bad. 70% is where some people thought this was stupid. They need to go back to the 1v8 format, but also add 31 and 32 playing for better draft lottery odds. So the team that would get the best draft lottery odds should have to play the team just directly behind them to slightly incentivize something near the end of the season.
Yeah, see, I remember when this video came out and we kind of discussed this a little bit. I remember this was a while back, but I do agree with the 1v8.
Yes.
But they should. What's the league that's doing
PWHL.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's right.
As
where
soon
you,
as you're
you can't
eliminated,
tank.
that's when you start winning games, and it matters for your playoff
Yes.
odds.
It shouldn't just be
Or
the
you're
bottom of the
allowed-
teams. It
drop-
should be
draft
all
odds,
the
sorry.
teams that failed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
What's the argument for the 1v8?
I like the 1v8 because it just shuffles things up.
Yeah.
And you don't have the same matchups
We
repeatedly.
don't have fucking Edmonton versus LA
LA.
5 years in a
Yeah.
row.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just shouldn't have that.
I don't disagree with that. I think on social media, the people I see most complaining about the 1v8 are Leafs fans complaining they can't get out of the first round.
Well, no, I don't.
That's my problem with
I think
it.
a lot of people are just sick of the repetitiveness. Also, with this, if there is one division that is insanely overpowered, it allows them to still make it into the playoffs and get the fair seeding.
Yeah.
Because you have some fugazi 3 seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what people also don't understand is that the 1v8 still carries through round to round to round.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
like let's say
Yeah.
number 1 seed, but the number 7 seed wins that, so then it's 1 versus 7 the next round, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I miss is that as the advantage of you performing the best during the regular season, you should be able to have that advantage all the way through. right?
Mhm.
It shouldn't just be your seating.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. It should be 1v8.
For 80%, I said that Pittsburgh needs to clear house of the front office and let the vets run the show like they did Mark Messier in Vancouver.
Can we just put a link to our last video?
Yeah, literally it's been dropped here as a card. I think that Messier and Crosby are both very talented players, but Crosby's way more level-headed to actually just run the team for him.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, and I don't see Papa Lemieux having a problem with that.
No, I think it'd be great. So some people thought that was because the Messier thing went really bad. I don't know if it's so hot. 90%. The Oilers are going to win the Cup next year.
Yeah, that's a hot. I don't see it happening.
So the
It's
team that's
okay.
been to the Cup Finals twice is a hot take. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
that
it's a
much
hot,
of a hot
take that they're gonna win the cup when they've been there. Like, I don't know if I'd say that's a hot take.
It's a take. Like I would say, like arguably, like we think Florida's going to beat them, but like after Edmonton, ooh, there's probably a couple teams you could put in there. But would you be surprised to see Edmonton back there?
No,
You wouldn't be
Not-
surprised to see
not in the
Edmonton win it.
slightest.
Maybe
I think
a little
some people
surprised?
are.
I'd also
No.
I could also see it being the complete. I could see Edmonton actually going out in the first round. They were so close to doing it this year.
That's fair.
That's a good LA team, which if with this given this format,
what were they only down 2, and then they came back?
Only.
Florida was down 3. Was it 3-1? No,
no.
it was
No,
2-0. They were down 2-0
Down
against
2-0.
and
Vegas.
then they were losing that game, and then
Yeah.
they came
Yeah.
back and won in
That was
overtime.
it.
So, but yeah, I mean,
All right.
and for Edmonton, it's only.
I'm
2,
not going to
like,
spoil
let's
the
be
last
honest.
one. I know the last one.
So 100% hot take was Gary Bettman actually does a decent job. I think that, given some of the other leagues, the NHL
Yo, Rahel,
produces.
can you slide over a little bit? I'm gonna.
You
jump
coming
on that
over?
couch. yeah.
The NHL produces a consumable and watchable product and
How much
doesn't
did
have
Gary pay you for this video?
doesn't
dude?
have inherently like there's no crises.
How is it a consumable, watchable product when there's so much fucking blacklisting of the games? You have to subscribe to 3 different services to be able to watch maybe 75% of the games.
Gary doesn't decide that though. That's Sportsnet. That's
You're telling me fucking Gary doesn't have a hand in that shit?
But Sportsnet decides how they deliver their package.
Yeah, that's
Sportsnet's the one to blame for the
That's
fake
fair.
blackout.
Fuck.
Gary actually has done a decent job with the NHL. There's name an NHL team other than Arizona that was on fire and everyone's like, oh my god, it's gonna end. Name one.
Yeah.
Well, you could argue like Winnipeg.
I mean, but they're okay. The ownership can front the bill in Winnipeg. There's been NBA teams. Oh, we got to move. Seattle Supersonics, like marquee key teams have had to like bail out of markets. You've had huge issues across the NBA with match fixing.
What team would you say right now is in the biggest hot seat to fucking relocate?
Buffalo's got to be one of them.
Yeah, but
No, I
with
don't.
how well the owner's doing with his other franchises
Yeah.
in Buffalo, that's not going to happen.
Fair.
Can't really
I don't
name
know
one.
if I could name one right now.
Columbus doesn't do great, but they're not moving.
So are you making Babs' point for him? Because you're kind
Well,
of
no,
swaying
like-
me a bit.
I'm still in disagreement about Gary Bettman, but I don't see which there are teams that are hurting, but I don't know if there's one that's in a position right now where they're talking about relocation.
Yeah, that's fair. And the
No.
thing I'll say is like the salary caps. I know inflation's part of it, but the salary cap's shot up under Gary Bettman, hasn't it?
Yes, the players have been treated fairly. I think. Well, I mean, fair. The lockout, horrible.
Yeah.
Lockout's not great, but we've also seen lockouts in other leagues.
That's
Yeah.
interesting with the timing though, because they've announced the next 5 years of the league going up in terms of salary cap.
Yeah.
The timing is a little bit weird. They just locked in that 12-year deal with for the media rights, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it is kind of interesting to see why that came out now all of a sudden. Why you're kind of pitching 5 years instead of maybe the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think there's a little bit more behind the.
They got a CBA done before, and a good CBA where
Yeah,
everyone was
and
like,
that I was very surprised about.
Mhm.
To have a CBA locked and signed off 1 year before it's up.
Yeah.
The players seem to be happy.
Yeah.
I'm still on the side of I don't like Gary Bettman, but
all right, hey, you don't have to disagree with these or agree with any of these, but these weren't so hot takes, but people really did because 340 people and 240,000 views later, they were just kind of my takes.
quiet brag.
They're just things I thought. Humble brag. Let us know in the comments if you agree with this one, guys, and you can also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.